Good evening from Fort Myers here in the Tice neighborhood, just right outside of El Nuevo Maguey Restaurant, the bar and grill here on Palm Beach Boulevard. Chris Earl alongside Nadeen and what has been a day-long event here to really highlight immigration and the new laws coming into place in Florida on Saturday with the 1st of July.
July 1st, you're right, Chris, is a scary day for a lot of the folks who are out here today. They are protesting specifically Senate Bill 1718. This is part of the new sweeping legislation DeSantis is really banking on for his presidential run here. And part of that not only requires employers who have more than 25 employees to have the E-Verify citizenship, it also penalizes employees for hiring immigrants. Not only that, even hospitals are now going to be required to ask for citizenship status. A lot of the folks we spoke with today, Chris, says that this is forcing a lot of our workforce out of the state simply because they are scared.
And this was an element you touched on back at 5 o'clock because we were stationed at different points of the march. It went 4 miles from downtown Fort Myers right there at the 41 bridge, ending up right here in the Tice neighborhood, almost to I-75. So it was a long day, a hot day, thousands of steps for the hundreds of marchers who were out here. And you saw so many nations also represented as well. We see plenty of U.S. flags along with Mexican flags, but so many Central American nations as well. Because while people might be coming from a different path, they are striding ahead towards one common goal, their opposition of Senate Bill 1718. Here's a look at some of my perspective from the march. We're about 3 miles into the march. It started about 11 a.m. on Wednesday morning in downtown Fort Myers. This is Palm Beach Boulevard. This is east of Terry Park, east of Veronica Shoemaker. But as you can tell, people are still going on a couple hours after it all started. And we also caught up with people downtown as well to really get a sense, back when it started, the message they wanted to send out to all the people who would be watching this.
Most people will agree that this country depends on immigrants, support immigrant workmanship. So we are immigrants, and we make a difference for this country. We are here. I was just reading this good sign that I saw a while ago. We are not criminals. We are workers. We are workers. We're here to work, make a living.
What has also been very striking is the people who have come out here to support all of the marchers for this. People who may not have had all day to go downtown to march, but they came out here on their lunch breaks or maybe from work. You could see people in their work uniforms from some of the businesses all up and down Palm Beach Boulevard. Families, grandmothers, children offering their support to the people who are marching against the Senate Bill 1718 set to take effect on Saturday. We also met plenty of people who were out here to help as well, like Irvin Gomez from his flatbed truck with stacks and stacks of bottled water to offer whatever he could to people walking past.
The day is hot, and then we help because that's what I need to do. Help for everybody, and then it's very important the protest right now because it's too much people. They need their help. So that's why I'll be here, but we don't walk in together with the people, but I'll be here for help, for give some water.
And that whole element, not just the march at the start or at the end, but all the people who gathered along the way, people who were clearly in their work uniforms, who might not have had all day to come out and march, but they came out during their lunch breaks, so maybe just time to wave, or as you saw, offering some water on this day where you had the heat index hitting triple digits in some spots. So you did see some of that solidarity out here today in Fort Myers.
Even just the honking of the horns really went a long way for these marchers. Not only, it's interesting that you found the support along the route. When we got here to El Nuevo Maguey, we realized the restaurant themselves is actually supporting this. This is not just a one-day march. This is kicking off a week-long labor strike here in Southwest Florida, where our migrant population is saying, let's show you what our economy would look like if we weren't working. Now, this restaurant, they're Puerto Rican owned. They have citizenship, but they are actually going to be closing down for the week in solidarity with their employees to show that they are supporting them. I actually spoke with the owner, Brenda, and she said not only is she hosting this, putting up food for the day, but she is closing. She herself grew up in Immokalee. She knows just how hard some of these families work. She feels like SB 1718 is just wrong for our state. Take a listen.
I'm not going to have employees. I'm not going to have people. I can't pay my bills. I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. That's what I'm worried about. Everybody's worried about that.
Your employees, are they saying they want to leave?
They want to leave, yeah. Most of them already left.
Really?
Uh-huh.
How many employees have you lost?
Like 5.
You said you get sentimental about it. Talk about
very sentimental.
Yeah, talk about
These
that.
These are my people. These are my people. I'm very hard for these people. We need them. Everybody needs them. Everybody needs them. They're very good people. They don't come here to do criminal stuff. They come here to work and support their family.
And so, like I said, you see the rally behind us, the march earlier today, and all of this now kicking off a week-long labor strike. Those tears we saw, one of many from today. A lot of people passionate and emotional over what could be coming down for this segment of our population on Saturday. These are folks who usually don't speak out. They usually stay home, especially in a time like this. But this is showing their bravery and just how passionate they are at hoping some changes will happen to SB 1718. Of course, we'll continue to follow through what happens over the next week.
For Nadeen, Chris Earl reporting from Fort Myers.